So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So today's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. By the title, I'm going to be doing an appreciation video and just talking more in depth about the Black female commentary channels on YouTube. So this video is stemming from what I've been seeing on YouTube as of 2018, 2019, and also into 2020, and how this subsection of YouTube has become this evolving genre that has served as a benefit to not only the people who use YouTube, but people all over social media platforms as well. I will admit, when I first came on YouTube, I was doing it just because I wanted to share my life experiences as someone who loves beauty and an incoming college student. But I always knew I had a mouth. I always knew that I could talk. I always knew that I was very over opinionated, and I always knew that I was entertaining. I did want to tap into commentary when I first started, but I'm not gonna lie, I was very hesitant and very scared because I just didn't know how I was going to be perceived. And also, I didn't want people to think that that's all I could offer. But it's funny now because I have severely changed the original notion of my channel and literally focus more on commentary than anything else. So the purpose of my video tonight is to recognize many of the Black female commentary channels on YouTube, because a lot of times people think that all women are good for is beauty and hair and makeup and that's it. And I do respect all beauty channels because I feel like it's necessary to show Black representation in a white dominated industry. So many notable people such as Jackie Aina, and yes, I'm saying it correctly because last time you guys dragged me, okay, as if I can't make a mistake. But Jackie Aina's presence in the beauty industry has served as such a benefit in the surplus of confidence, representation, and opportunities for many Black women beauty-wise. And there's so many other notable people such as my favorites that I showcased in my previous video about Black female influencers. So Naima Tang shook the table. Shalom Black, one of my favorite Nigerian queens from the DMV, also put things in her own unique way on this platform, and so many others. But I wanted to touch on the Black female commentary sector of YouTube because I feel like the women within this field deserve a dedicated recognition for honestly shaping the way how many young Black women view themselves, the information they retain, and helping to promote worthwhile life lessons and realizations that have been occurring. So I broke my video down into 10 of my favorite Black female commentary channels. If you have more, please leave it in the comment section down below because we can always make a part 2. So let's get right into this video. So number 1, in no particular order, we're going to start off with the OG of Black female commentary, and that is my sis, Lovely T 2002. I personally think if it wasn't for her, none of us could honestly have the certain platforms that we do now. She had to crawl before a lot of us could walk. She started her channel way back in the day, and I've been watching her since like 2012. Like really, I have. If it was not for her, some of the things that I've learned growing up in high school, I honestly wouldn't know. She was almost like a second mom virtually that helped to convey messages that I needed to hear that parents did not want to speak about. Not only did Lovely T talk about social issues and what was trending, but she also made her own catchy segments on her separate channel that talked about the different local stories in certain states. Like she would discuss things like ratchet ass Florida, pitiful ass Pennsylvania, trifling ass Texas, ghetto ass Georgia. Like literally everyone always wanted to see what type of nonsense their state was doing, and it was honestly really successful. And yes, unfortunately with YouTube's newest changes, she's not able to really update that channel because of the amount of like black and violations she would get, but it was honestly good while it lasted. I love that Lovely T is very fast and very prompt, and I think what makes her channel so successful is because she's very relatable. Through her transparency, I was honestly able to learn a lot about myself, and when I found out she was Nigerian, it just made everything even better for me because there's just some form of relationship when it's like two Nigerians and stuff like that. She said she had her first child straight out of high school when she was 18, and she talked about that in her earlier videos and how her parents thought about it and the things that she dealt with at a young age, and I just resonated with it coming from that same type of like Nigerian parent background and stuff. She has been consistently updating her channel since she started. She's never really taken much of a break, and even when we can't get videos, she still definitely updates us on her social media on other platforms. And one thing that I think also helped her channel is her embracement of her natural hair. Not gonna lie, when I was in middle school, I didn't know much about natural hair because I just didn't. My mom would perm my sister and I's hair for the longest until one day she was just like, okay, I'm not perming you guys' hair anymore. We're just about to go natural. And I didn't know much about it, so I would just wear my hair in braids until I got to high school and started experimenting with weaves and things of that nature. Lovely T's hair was always so natural and so long and healthy, and I would just tune into her journey so I can learn from her and learn how to also embrace my own hair in certain ways. And even though people will still come for me about wearing wigs and weaves and stuff, my hair has honestly been at a turning point for me this past year because I've learned how to take care of it underneath wigs, and it's grown, it's become so much more healthy. With Lovely T, I just really love that, you know, she basically has a major platform and is able to show not only young girls like me, but even the older crowd, like what it means to embrace being Black, educated, and being yourself. Literally, if it wasn't for her, I would not be doing commentary, and I owe her that respect. She is an OG of Black female commentary on YouTube, or just commentary in general. I like how she speaks about her certain gender biases. People used to call her the female version of DJ Academics, and I highly disagree because she made her own platform, and just because she's doing commentary like a man is on YouTube does not mean that she is the female version of that person. She is herself, and her channel is probably the most entertaining channel there is to watch on YouTube as it relates to commentary of any sort. So I really respect her, and she is definitely one of my favorites. Now, number 2 is Leah Gordon. This is one girl who I admire because I feel like our channels are kind of similar, being that we kind of start off doing hair and fashion and then transitioned into like the college wave, and then eventually ended up in commentary. And over the past year, Leah has definitely turned up on the commentary videos and been able to make her mark on this platform. I love the fact that she is a dark-skinned girl and that people would assume that she is a certain way or acts a certain way, but she defies all of those stereotypes. She's attractive, has a beautiful body, her hair is always nice. People like to equate Africanoid features to being ugly, but this girl is far from that, period. I remember in one of her videos, she was talking about her experiences growing up, that her mom is actually, someone who's lighter than her, looks different, and she's pretty much the only dark girl in her family, and how she just felt feeling out of place or undesirable. And it was very interesting because she was being very authentic, and she spoke on a reality that many people face, being of a darker complexion as a young female, and that was well needed on a platform like YouTube in this day and age where we're not seeing as much dark-skinned female representation. So I commend her for that. And I think Leah has a very professional and family-friendly approach to her channel, which makes it great for everyone to enjoy, because I know some of my content can be a little bit ratchet. So we need people like Leah who can go ahead and balance that out, and she does just that. I love how her videos and her experience of being a dark-skinned girl went viral, and people were able to see some of the experiences that dark-skinned girls may have and dealt with growing up, and that they may have overlooked or didn't care to acknowledge. And I think Leah's channel is very unique. I think she definitely has earned a stamp of approval from people who look for commentary channels, because her commentary is very fair and also very diverse. Sometimes she talks about topics that no one else is going to talking about on this platform, and when she does it with class. And my favorite thing is how she ties in some of her college experiences, because it's just relatable to me, being that I'm someone who's soon to graduate college. So I really look up to anyone who is doing what I do, but also has done what I'm also trying to accomplish. So I respect her so much, and I think her channel is definitely a great representation for dark-skinned women, but black women all around. Now, number 3 on my list is the Mademoiselle, and she's honestly one of my favorite people. When I first started watching her, I honestly cannot respect her enough for being the only female on YouTube that was talking about all the fraudulent activity going on with a lot of these big name YouTube couples and channels, and all those things that used to be in existence. We had some drama channels and the reaction channels, but all of them were mostly males, and she was the only black female that actually had enough guts and confidence to get on YouTube, not appearing as your stereotypical YouTube female who only cares about hair and beauty and views and drama, and actually speak on things that needed to be said. One thing I love about her is that she embraces her culture of being Haitian, and I think that's very needed on this platform, because I know there's a lot of Nigerians on here, so to see a Haitian girl being amongst the top commentary channels and really going hard for her demographic of people is honestly beautiful. Honestly, I don't even know any Haitians personally, and she's the one girl on YouTube who really reps her Haitian culture very well. When I was going through that whole homeboys rate my outfit and everyone was calling me every name in the book, she personally texted me to make sure I was okay. And that's the type of unity I do like to see amongst women. I also like the fact that she's very unfiltered. You're gonna get a lot of cuss words out of her, and I cuss like a sailor, but she definitely got me beat. But she does this to make her point, and it comes across very effectively. So number 4 is For Harriet. I mean, she's just like a breath of fresh air to me. She takes a very intellectual approach to many of her topics that she discusses. She talks a lot about news stories and has some pop culture content on her channel as well. I think what I love about her is that she live streams a lot, so you can catch her when she's in her raw emotions and feelings about what is going on. And she uses a lot of factual information to justify her thoughts and her opinions, and she's also not afraid to go against the popular opinion of what's going on. I saw her video about the whole Carol Sanchez thing, the young girl from New York who basically faked her own kidnapping, and I think her reasoning was honestly very fair and very understandable. I like that she implements the segments on her channel where it's not just her, it's like a discussion with other panelists of women about a certain topic, which a lot of us commentators don't do. So to hear her perspective as well as others and inviting certain guests on her channel, it really brings a new light to certain points of views. I think she's honestly a realist because she just says it as it is. She's a very unapologetic commentator who says things that some people don't want to hear, but we're all thinking, and I can do nothing but respect that. So number 5 is Yanni Red. I feel like she's one of my friends in my head as well, even though we've never met, and we've messaged us, texted each other, and commented on each other's posts a couple times from time to time. She's also kind of like me in the way that she talks about more social topics down to more political topics on her channel. I love most about her is that she also implements her journey of her weight loss and health and fitness, which is honestly a very important factor for a lot of young black women because we don't really talk about that on a wide scale. So it's very commendable to see her progress and her being vulnerable enough to share her story. I personally feel like her topics are topics that some of us don't think about, and even though it may be a popular topic, the way how she goes about it is seeing both sides of everything and giving you room to discuss. She uses her opinions on things, but she also just states facts, and lets the audience drive the conversation, which I respect because I personally can't do that, okay? My personality allows for me to have so many opinions based on the things that we see, but I think she touches on things that are very important for young black women, such as toxic relationships, what we see in the media, and she does it all by giving out good advice in her videos, which is all around positive. I think Yanni has seen a lot of growth with her channel through her ability to be a commentator that allows for different opinions. She's very fast with her content. I think her approach to YouTube is pretty different than a lot of other commentators because she may talk about something that's trending, but she talks about it in a way that makes it relatable for people that may not be directly affected and the people that actually may be directly affected. So her Instagram feed is is also pretty good. Make sure you guys follow her on Instagram because she encourages conversation, and I think she puts a lot of positive affirmations and advice to live by for a lot of women, even if you are not black. So keep up the good work, girl. So number 6 is Nappy Headed Jojoba. I mean, her way of communicating to me is so effective because she's just really sarcastic, but she's funny as hell. Like literally I crack up every single time I watch one of her videos because I love the way how she takes her approach to commentary. It's just really unmatched on this platform. I love how willing she is. I love how she's able to give this intellectual ass whooping via her video topics, and you low-key can't even help but agree with her. She dives into not just commentary that is solely for black women, but also different topics that include other areas of YouTube, which is what drew me to her, because sometimes we don't always want to hear about the black parts of things and black. Sometimes I just need to know what's going on in the other demographics of YouTube. And she does bring that tea, and she brings it with crackers and cheese and the croissant on the side. She's also one of the YouTubers that talks about beauty and calls out some of the discrepancies within YouTube and other industries, which is very much needed in this day and age. And I've only been watching her for a few months, but after a few videos, it was like automatic subscribe because her personality just really brings it home for me and her content. And also her editing is very on point, which makes her videos really enjoyable. So number 7 is my sis, Paris Milan. I think Paris does a lot of work that many other commentators are free to do, but don't have the courage, the time, and the drive to do it. Paris not only talks about black issues worldwide, but I think if it wasn't for her, we would not know a lot about what current events are going on for the state of black women as a whole. If it's about news stories, about kidnappings, abductions, wrongful death, colorism, literally Paris's channel is the go-to for that. And it's really commendable because we need to know what is happening within our community, even if it's the ugly parts of being a human being. I really do appreciate that because it's really needed. One of the things that drew me to Paris was her way of being able to convey very necessary and very true messages and content without the use of vulgar language. And I'm not saying it's wrong to cuss because it makes her channel more family friendly, but like I said, I'm going to cuss. And it's just like I can actually watch her around my parents. I watch all of her videos around my dad. Like me and my dad honestly watch her together. Paris's content brings a lot of light to some of the more polarizing topics within the black community, and through her very contagious, funny personality, it's literally entertaining for anyone who comes across her channel. One thing that stands out to me about her is that she's very unapologetic and very consistent, and I feel like she's also one of those channels that will bring a lot of nonsense to light and explain it in a very intellectual yet entertaining way, and makes it literally for everyone. I mean, I wouldn't know about some of the things that have been going on, such as like the abduction of young black women, some of the wrongful deaths of young black women, and the whole epidemic of sex trafficking if it honestly wasn't for her channel. She is amazing at communicating such topics that are hard to talk about, and she's brought a lot of that to the light, which in turn helps me be more conscious of my surroundings. Like, she is the real deal news, okay? This is CNN, okay? That a lot of us need, because a lot of the platforms that are really popular amongst black people don't shed that much light on the actual issues that we are facing, and the actual national news doesn't give us much credit so we know what's going on in our communities and communities across the nation. If it's anybody on this list that really makes me happy to be a black female commentator on YouTube, it is Paris Milan, because she inspires me to just say fuck it and talk about whatever I want to talk about and not hold back on my feelings about the things I see all over the internet. So number 8 is the Impressive channel. The Impressive channel has been on YouTube for quite some time, and I think she has really pioneered a lot of the commentary based on the entertainment aspect of YouTube. She talks a lot about celebrities and music and things of that nature, and she gives me my pop culture fix with every video. I feel like for me, she's that balance that I need when I don't always want to discuss the colorism and all those things, or just the things affecting black women. You know, she talks solely about things that happen within entertainment, and she does it in a way that's very informative, gives you all sides of the story, and I think she's very unbiased in most of her commentary. And she's very fast, like literally moves at the speed of lights, because as soon as something happens, she's the first person that I always see to report on it, which is great because she even beat the Shade Room, which has multiple workers trying to give us the tea. Meanwhile, she can make a whole video and get every side of what's going on and give us all the needed information very fast. I subscribed to her a few years back, especially after she did her series where she talked about what happened to certain music artists and where are they now. It's really interesting to see some of the entertainers within the industry and their stories. And if anybody knows me, I'm really into like 90s and 90s entertainment and just learning about what happened when I was either a really small child or before I was born. And that component of her channel was what initially attracted me. One thing I do love about her channel is that it's very positive for the most part. She doesn't like to spread drama or lies. I think her content is also very family friendly, and I think that she has this very welcoming tone within her voice. It's almost like I'm listening to my older cousin or my mom talk to me about what's going on. I think her voice for commentary is very prominent on YouTube, and like I said, she gives me that balance between most of the other commentary channels that I listen or talk about social issues or polarizing topics. Her channel distinctly releases information about what's just going on in the celebrity and entertainment world, which is also very entertaining to me. Now, number 9 is Eloho. So Eloho's channel to me has been a catalyst in the level of confidence that a lot of dark-skinned women now have. I think her channel has single-handedly allowed for a new view of representation of dark-skinned women in a positive light through commentary and through beauty. I remember when blackfishing first came out, both myself and Eloho made videos about it. Both our videos did pretty well, and she has worked so hard and used that video to build her brand and more content that was very relatable. I think her overall look plays a huge factor on why the diversity on this platform has been able to exist, because through her personality and her positive affirmations and her extremely high confidence, we see a beautiful black girl who isn't afraid to say it as it is, walk the walk and talk the talk. She has like a dual brand where it's half commentary but also have dark-skinned female representation and beauty, and it works because guess what? It's a huge necessity in an area that was once very, very lacking. And I'm so happy that she's gotten the opportunity to work with high-end makeup companies and show young women, and any woman honestly of any age, that we are trendsetters. We are women who deserve to be seen as beautiful. And of course, you know, she's Nigerian, so you know, I have to shout out to my Nigerian sis, because us Nigerians are doing pretty well, and I will always commend Nigerians for doing good, and Aloho's channel works to emphasize and promote that. Now, last on my list is Chrissy. Now, I give so much respect to her channel because I think she was a trendsetter, and many of us will not understand the ins and outs of colorism and why it is an important topic to discuss if it was not for Chrissy. She's an anonymous YouTuber, or shall I say faceless YouTuber, and I cannot thank her enough for finally making sense of some of the thoughts that I have had growing up as a young girl and thinking as a young girl as it relates to my appearance and the color of my skin. Not only does she take a very intellectual approach to her commentary, but Chrissy is honestly funny as hell. I love the way how she's able to relate and do it in a manner that makes me understand exactly what I've been feeling for years. And let's not forget, again, she's faceless. You know, she's a faceless YouTuber. She's been able to do all of this and garner such a huge audience and make such a big impact in some of the things that she's discussed without even showing what she looks like. And to me, that is commendable. Some people may say it's cowardly. Some people may come for her and say that she's not being herself or that she's insecure. But I think that it helps to reinforce what exactly she's talking about. I think Chrissy has the most impactful channel within the black female commentary sector of YouTube as it relates to the representation of black women, because she's opened our eyes to a lot of the injustices, the thought processes, and the terminology that has been plaguing the black community worldwide as it relates to skin tone and appearance. I don't think my channel would be as successful as it is if it wasn't for her, because it was through her topics that gave me the green light to finally express the things that I've been feeling growing up as a brown-skinned girl. Her voice is really soothing too, and I think listening to her will make anyone laugh, make you think, make you clap your hands, make you agree, and overall make you learn something that you may have not known being a black female. Her channel is very, very, very important and very influential to every commentator on this channel, regardless of their skin shade. And I think she's done a very commendable and consistent job of sticking to her subject matter and relaying information that needed to be said after all these years. So that is my top 10 list. There's in no particular order. I know there's so many other people that we can add to this list, so I want you guys to add that down below. I think with commentary, a lot of people just assume that we're here to pick apart everything and we can never be happy, which I can understand that argument, but commentary literally is simply discussion. Being able to see both sides of a topic and insert your own opinions, it's a very hard and very demanding element of YouTube because it allows for other people's opinions on topics that aren't just black and white. Ever since I changed my channel to a commentary-based channel, yes, I've seen a lot of growth and a lot of positivity, but it's also very hard sometimes to put up with people who just come for you because you simply have a difference of opinion than them. But like I said, there is this budding sisterhood within YouTube right now of black female commentary channels that discuss issues that need to be said. If it wasn't for the commentary section, I don't think I would have as much confidence in myself as a black woman to feel confident in my own body. Some of these ladies have brought things to the light that answer questions that I've had for years growing up about my parents, my social stature as a black woman. I've learned so many lessons through relationships, finances, professionalism, just from listening to somebody's channel. And I think YouTube, particularly the commentary section, has been more of a teacher than the actual teachers I've had in school. And I've learned some things that my parents would have never taught me through some of these ladies that I've listed in this video. I think the commentary section is very imperative on a platform like YouTube, and for all of us and more commentators to have a distinct purpose in discussing black issues. I genuinely think it's very helpful and does more good than it does bad, regardless of what people say. People accuse us of spreading hate, spreading lies, being insecure, only touching on negative topics, but just having a simple discussion about something that's on your mind or a social norm that is wrong but has been perpetuated and been going on for decades can literally change the mindset of so many people and help make people feel better about themselves. So I'm never going to stop being a commentary channel, and I appreciate all of the ladies on this list and some of the other ones that are really big honorable mentions for being able to have the courage to get on this platform and speak. Like, it is not easy. You may think it's easy money or it's easy to just talk about something and post it, but it's not. The amount of research, the amount of editing, and the amount of negative backlash that comes with the territory is honestly worth it, because at the end of the day, for those people who don't like you or disagree with you and make it their sole purpose to hate on all of your content, there's so many other people being effective in a positive way. I think we should continue this notion of black female commentary on YouTube and see how far we can take it. Who knows what it may become in the future. So that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe to all these ladies. I'll have their channel links in my description box, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.